Oh my goodness, we are live. What is up, everybody? Welcome. We are the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox One community.
Oh, it's good to be here.
It is podcast number 200.
Let me turn on the right. Let me turn on the right screen. There we go.
This is podcast
everybody.
number 283. As always, we're missing a bro, which is not always.
As always, we're missing a guy.
We're missing Jordan the man. So prepare, buckle up, fasten your seatbelts because it's going to be a crazy ride.
So for the live viewers, they know that Jordan's gone. We're also missing one of our camera crew guys. We call him Jim the Stuff Guy.
Is also not
He's
here.
gone. He's in another state. Jordan's in another state. Both of us are sick.
We both are sick. It's like the perfect storm.
Yeah. Is it a perfect storm? I'd say it's like a good 98%.
Kids, 98%.
Because we don't have our drugs yet.
Yeah, once we get our drugs, it'll be glorious.
My coughing drugs.
We're getting drugs. They're coming.
I just sent my wife out to the store to get drugs.
They're coming. We're getting the hardcore stuff, too.
Yeah, no stuff
It
guy
works.
today.
Legit. I've been streaming all week. Hitting this stuff up hard gets me through the streams every time.
Yeah, that's good. Do you think we can get like a medicine sponsor for the show? That'd be awesome.
That would be
right?
really good. Yeah.
And we can have this like super generic, like the commercials on TV. Random stuff.
And then someone has to say something really fast at the end, like, please consult your doctor before taking this.
Call a mortician.
If you are pregnant, feel a headache or persistent coughing, make sure you see a pediatrician or whatever.
Yeah, that would be really funny. I will actually get all that crappy stock footage too. What we should do is we should make up random companies that sponsor our show, like Saturday Night Live used to do.
Like, cough no more.
Yeah.
Drink this and cough no more.
Oh, there's a lot of potential here. Oh, man.
I see your wheels turning.
Yeah, I know.
In your mind.
I know.
I like it.
Yeah. We could make fake sponsorship cool again.
Make fake sponsorship cool again.
Yeah.
Well, you're Mr. McSpicy.
Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody.
I'm X1. Welcome, guys. Jordan, like we said, Jordan the man is out of town, so it's just us holding down the fort. However, it's been a big week, a really big week. A couple things have dropped that are huge. First and foremost, Fortnite. Fortnite Chapter 2 is here. It is upon us. It is crazy. A lot of crazy stuff happened between last podcast and this podcast. Fortnite made some bold moves. We had a chance to play. McSpicy.
Yeah.
I would like your first impressions.
Holy smokes!
Sorry, I need a cough button.
Holy smokes is my first impressions. Here, let me turn on the video so we can
Holy
watch.
smokes! First impressions. Fortnite. First of all, let's talk about how they started this Fortnite.
Okay.
Basically, they ended the season with a meteor hitting the ground.
Let's build it up better than that.
Okay.
Because kind of the whole.
Okay, you build it up.
It's because okay. First of all, I want to say when you have like an income of 300 million a month, this is what's possible. Holy crap! They did a really good job on this chapter release.
Crazy. It was crazy.
Let's start out with that.
It broke the internet, literally.
It broke the internet. So for those that don't play Fortnite for various reasons or whatever, you've probably heard of the game. It's a battle royale game. A lot of kids play it, etc. We knew that something was going to be happening at a certain time. There was a timer on the map, something like that. So people show up at that certain time. On the game, it said, I believe the menu system said the end as a game you could play. Like when you're launching the game. So people go into that. And then there's a timer. And on that timer, after that timer dropped, people were sitting there preparing for it, watching it. Everybody in the game is seeing this, by the way.
This is live.
A rocket launches out of the map. And it does this whole
into space.
And then, I think it was like season 4 or season 5, little rockets started appearing off of that big rocket and started going all over the map everywhere and warping. There was like little warp points. And up until this point, there's been an asteroid in the middle of the map that people can see. Oh, yeah, let me just do this. So what had happened was
actually we could find footage of it, maybe. You think, and put it up?
I didn't prepare for that.
Okay,
so,
never mind.
This is a professional show.
So a little warps came and
missiles started flying everywhere, and all these missiles caused a warp in front of the big asteroid on the map, and then the asteroid disappeared, and everybody's going, holy smokes, what's going on? This is crazy, because no one knows what's going to happen. And those little devices warped the asteroid above the map, and that asteroid went down and slammed into the map as we know it. Then, this is what's cool. This is what, the style that Fortnite and Epic make with this game blows my mind. It started a black hole, and everybody on the map just slowly started floating away from the black hole. And then it just went to zoomed out and just went to a screen with a black hole circle. You could just barely, it's like a blue eclipse kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And then that's that.
Well, and all the players disappeared. They got sucked into it.
They got sucked into the black hole. And nothing, there was an exit button. And when you go to the exit button, all you can see was this black hole. They shut down the game.
They took down Fortnite.
For 48 hours.
And all you could see was this black hole. That is bold.
Yeah.
When it was happening live, there were, I believe the numbers were 4.2 million viewers live on Twitch, watched it with another million on YouTube and Mixer, etc. And everywhere struggled. Twitch actually took down Twitch's servers temporarily. So many people were watching it live.
And so after that, 48 hours later, you launch the game. It now lets you launch the game. And the Fortnite logo is now like a blacked out logo. So if you were to go on Xbox, for example, the thumbnail is blacked out. You can barely see that it says Fortnite. You launch the game. It starts as that black hole. And then it zooms out. This is what we're watching right now, everyone live in chat. It's this trailer. So it zooms out, somebody walks on water kind of a thing, and then it shows a new set of heroes that you assume that you can play as. And they launch, it zooms out, and it's a new map, basically, right? So Fortnite Chapter 1 was the old map. Fortnite Chapter 2 is essentially the new map. You have this huge cinematic. And what is so freaking cool about this new cinematic is, as these people are walking around on this map, there's a battle bus that comes above, and for those of you that haven't played the game, the battle bus is where people launch out of to start every match. There's a cinematic. The cinematic goes to that battle bus, and it launches out. This guy jumps out of the bus, and then it starts you immediately in a match, and then it's
right away.
Yeah, and it comes on with some rap song, which by the way, I've heard the rap song before. I can't remember who it is, but it's a very famous song.
Yeah.
When you have $300 million, you can do. And so
the presentation.
Oh my gosh,
the presentation, just being bold enough to shut down your game for 2 days.
To be able
like a day and a half
to afford real music,
to do this, and not only that, but it worked well because it just hyped. Right? Yeah. Ultimate hype. Everybody's waiting. What's coming? What's coming with Fortnite?
You launch the game, and it puts you in a cinematic that puts you directly into a match.
And that match brings a whole bunch of changes.
Oh, yeah.
And these changes, my first impressions, in my opinion, we'll get to you second, Spicy, just because you're a bigger Fortnite player than I am.
Yeah.
Fortnite is fun again. That's the only way that I can explain it. I played Fortnite about a month ago. I streamed it actually for 3 or 4 hours straight. And I hated it. I hated every second of it. It just wasn't fun. The learning curve, you'd get into a match, you just
get creamed.
You just get creamed. People super building. I can't even tell what's going on. It felt bland. It felt overwhelming. It just was not my cup of tea. All that feeling is gone now for me. You jump in.
Well, so
you're ranked now. They have you in
they have an MMR, which is a matchmaking.
You're playing to your level. There's bots there. I have time to learn. I'm having success. There's cool new things like you can fish for guns. You can fish for health. There's a boat. There's boats on the map. Having a completely new map makes it fresh for everybody. This is similar to what Apex Legends did, which I think is just going to be the new norm for battle royales going forward. But the matchmaking, they have bots in game. Their job, especially early on, if you're like a level 1,
teach you how to play.
Is to teach you how to play. Yeah. It's to make you feel good and make you have fun in the game, and it is. It's fun. I will even say this: Fortnite building is fun again because it got to a point where Fortnite building, I was like, this is the flaw. This game's over. The building is terrible unless you're super super crazy fast and can do these crazy builds. It's just not going to be fun, right? But no, it's all fun again. They've just nailed this. I played about 5 hours on launch day of this, just 5 hours straight through. And the entire time I had fun. I've played it multiple times since launch day. I'm just having a blast again. Fortnite, well done, Epic. And I my theory is this, Spicy. What do you think? I think Epic must have been looking at their numbers and seeing where. I mean, and Epic's crushing it, no doubt. It's not like they're the number one battle royale selling wise, monthly wise, the whole shop. But I'm sure they were looking at their numbers and seeing, well, we have no problem retaining players. Everybody that likes our game is playing our game. But I bet you they were struggling getting new players into the game because that barrier to entry was so high with the building aspect.
No, well, we know that that's been a problem for a long time, and that's their original attempts at fixing that problem was why we got airplanes. It's why we got the big mechs. Yeah. And that is because they chose not to do a ranking system and place players with the same skill level with other players with the same skill level. Instead, they decided to make overpowered units in the map to help the lesser skilled players fight the more skilled players. And all that did was piss everybody off. So one of the new changes with all this is they actually have a ranking system now in MMR where you will be, it starts you off, David mentioned this, it adds bots to the game. As you are a lesser skilled player, it will add more simple bots, not real players, just players that are easy to fight. And as you gain in skill, it will start removing those bots and adding more and more players with around your same skill level. And that is how you should have a game. The problem was you'd have professionals playing noobs.
Yeah.
And that's not fun actually for either side.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
But so that's, I think, the biggest change. Another really, really cool change is their UI is much different. It's much more simplified. It's cleaner. You can see the battle pass a lot. The battle pass is up more front and center. Yet everything looks. It's very synergistic with everything else in the game. They did a lot of changes, a lot of fixes, a lot of things that make this game fun.
Yeah.
Again, and easy to understand. And all this stuff. They did such a good job on presentation, and their stuff guys are Epic stuff guys. Just amazing.
I mean, they always nail that, right? One of the big things changes that I really enjoyed and had a lot of fun with, and actually was utilized a couple times on me, and I utilized it on one person once. You can now carry down teammates. Or other people's down teammates.
You can carry people now.
It's very cool. It's a super cool feature. Yeah. So if someone, let's say I'm down, Spicy can come over me. I'm taking bullets.
You up and start running.
Pick me up and run away, and you throw me.
I can chuck you behind trees or something while I fight,
and then heal me. But you can also do that to other people's players. So you can pick someone up that you've downed, throw them somewhere, and then just kill him.
It's actually, and they have a lot of behind the scenes changes. I was going through the settings. They added many settings to customize your gameplay a lot more. And for example, they had a feature that I don't think was there. It wasn't there before. It was when you edit your building, you had to press the button again to unedit, to confirm the edit. Now they have a feature like confirm on release. So as soon as you let go of the button, it confirms it, which speeds up a lot of things for a lot of more advanced players and everything. But it's a huge change. The fact that they added an MMR system is going to make this game very fun for a lot of people. David, I was watching him stream, and he got some wins.
I got some wins. I got 3 wins actually on my stream.
Yeah, and you got 12 kills in that game.
Dude, it's a lot of fun. It really has changed it. It's made it fun for everybody, right? There's not just high-end people or people. Fortnite's my only game. Those are the only people that can enjoy it. Now everybody can enjoy it. Droxman in chat says, so you're telling me if I try this game again, I won't get demolished like the first time I tried to play it months ago?
Give it a shot.
Yeah, you won't. I can guarantee you won't. I can guarantee you'll get 4 kills in the first 10 minutes, right? Like that's how they've set it up to train you. They've done a really good job.
It will be fun. Oh yes, it will be fun.
Some of the things that changed, so you can also heal yourself with the bandage bazooka.
They have a new healing bazooka weapon. Yep, they added a lot of weapons stuff. They had, like, for example, we talked about fishing. They added a fishing pole where you can fish for loot around the map.
Loot and health. So you get guns and health.
Yeah.
The fish heal you as well. There's a boat, which Spicy and I got to drive around.
Yeah, the boat. When you hop on the boat and drive it for the first time with your friends, you are laughing your head off. It's a good time.
Battle stars, for those of you that are familiar with Fortnite, have been replaced with XP. So there's no more battle stars. There are also medals. Their new medal system is really cool. It's a daily medal system that keeps you in. And I mean, I maxed out every time I played, and it was just a really good goal to have each time.
Yeah. Anyways, super. Oh, thank you. The medicine just arrived.
The drugs.
You're
this
the
is the correct
best.
one.
Yes.
Thank you, Megan.
Fast relief for coffee.
But overall, I mean, I just think Epic is really leading the way. I think. Well, not leading the way in the respect that they just implemented a bunch of stuff that other battle royales have done and are doing, but they're the top dog, and they're the top dog for a reason. And this week showed why. Well, Fortnite is Fortnite.
The problem with these style of games is if there's no ranking system, it's actually the problem with any game. That's, I think, the biggest feature of this new update is you're going to be placed with people of your same caliber.
Oh, this is your cup, right?
Oh, I use this.
It says the measurements even.
Oh my goodness, you just taught me something new.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the MMR, that is going to make this game fun for a lot of people that are turned off by getting decimated by some badass somewhere in some basement.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Now, do you have any criticisms that you notice? One thing before you get to any criticisms that you have, Spicy. What I really enjoyed, there's a new system where, let's say I'm in a game and I'm playing and I die. Immediately, I don't have to back out to load up again. I can just go find new game from there, and in 10 seconds, boom, I'm in another game. I don't have to leave the game to a menu system to then search for a game. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, that's
it's something little, but it's that little thing.
That's very Blizzard.
That's very good. Yeah,
to try to keep you in a game rather than going outside of the game to get information, or they're keeping you in. There's no lobby anymore. They're putting you right back into the game.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually really smart and also probably incredibly addictive at the same time.
Yeah, the more you can be in a game, the better. So, Spicy, criticism. Do you have any criticisms? What does Fortnite still need to change, or maybe some changes they made to this map or this iteration of Fortnite that you don't like? Thoughts, criticisms, critiques, silence?
I don't know. I mean, the reason I stopped playing Fortnite, my hipster reason is everybody played it. And I didn't want to play a game everybody played. But that was just, that's not the real reason.
That's your superficial reason.
That's my superficial reason, yeah. When I want to wear hipster clothes and and be that guy. No, I stopped playing because I didn't like changes every other day with four-wheelers, planes. They kept even the mechs. I wasn't into the game when the mechs came out, but a lot of complaints happened.
Oh yeah,
and those were because they were trying to make the game better for new players or less skilled players, or I would even say less active players, because to be good at something, you need to put in a lot of time.
It's true.
And some people just don't have time to play to be at that level. Well, so they were doing that, and that was a total turn off for me in this game. I just stopped playing it because I was just super annoyed. But when they added an MMR into this new chapter and you're playing people around your same skill level, it becomes very different of a game. That is the big... You have all these UI changes. You have XP now on the bottom. You have all these quality of life changes that they've added. The XP system's pretty awesome. All that's great, but that would not get me back into the game. What would get me back into the game is me being able to enjoy the gameplay.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. Well, I don't honestly, you ask for criticisms. Yeah. I don't have any at this point.
I think because I'm a Ginger has a good criticism, so does Neely. He says, I love the bots, but one criticism is that some of the bots are annoyingly bad, walking into walls and not even trying. He says, I wish the bots would act a little more like real people. And Neely says, yeah, the bots are terrible. They walk past you. They try to hit walls. They do. They will just walk right to you while you're shooting at them. They'll have a gun even, and they won't fire a shot. If you can mimic with AI a more realistic player,
they can.
That would be better.
I'll bet you money that as you play, they will get better. It's when you first start this game, if you haven't played in a while, it's probably going to be treating you like a noob.
Oh, like beyond noob.
Yeah, which is what those players are for. Like, and you felt good about yourself once you kill those players, right, David?
Yeah, I do feel great. I was like, well, you saw the first time I'm playing, I didn't even know there was bots, and I'm playing, and I'm just like, pop, yes, and then I'm realizing like,
Yeah.
what am I playing against? At first, I thought I was playing against mobile players that like just couldn't use their thumbs or something.
Yeah, I have a feeling, and now I don't know because you need to play more games, but I have a feeling that those bots will increase in difficulty as you go along. So, if they don't, then. As you play though, their plan is they're going to remove those bots.
Yeah, so they might not get more intelligent. I think they just slowly go away. So there's more human players.
Yeah. Well, that's funny because I'm a Jinjin chat says he'll pretend that he's ninja and just destroy them and feel good about himself.
Yeah, there you go. Fortnite. Highly recommend it. If you've not tried it, you can see what all the craze is about. Now would probably be one of the best times to jump in if you've never jumped in and experienced it before. Fortnite. There it is. And with that, let's get this show on the road. Hey, X1, tell us what is happening in the world that is Xbox One this week.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you. Okay, then.
We don't need Jordan.
We're going to just talk to ourselves. We obviously had the big news that is Fortnite, but Modern Warfare, it's dropping later this month, and they are ditching loot boxes, getting rid of loot boxes. And what are they doing? What are they implementing?
Tell me, David. I'd like to know more about this.
A battle pass. Call of Duty is going the realm of a battle pass. The battle pass, honestly,
it's the best way to monetize your game and make everyone happy.
I love it. Like, for instance, Red Dead Redemption went battle pass. You can earn it back, number one. Number two, as long as you've got cool stuff to drop, I'm there. Like, I don't know how you make a bad battle pass. Like, I'm sure someone will do it eventually and can do it. But it's just such a great way to monetize your game and keep players happy.
What's that Epic game? The Monster Hunter game.
Oh, Dauntless?
Dauntless. Dauntless Battle Pass wasn't very good.
No, that's true. Well,
and that's just because the content wasn't there.
Yeah, the nature. That one.
You need to have
a harder one.
Stuff that you want to get. Like, for example, the Fortnite Battle Pass this season is the best I have ever seen any Battle Pass ever.
Ooh.
Did you see the last guy you could get?
No. What is it?
It's like a ninja superhero smoky scion. I don't know what you would call it. Anime dude. And they have a lot of different clothing and stuff, but it's one of the coolest characters I've ever seen. And throughout the whole thing, you have all this stuff that you earn through the battle pass, which I really like.
Yeah, this will be the first battle pass in Call of Duty. It'll probably work like every other battle pass that is out there currently, where there are two levels: the paid level, the unpaid level. You earn more stuff at the paid level, but you can still earn stuff at the unpaid level. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, it's coming. We're very excited about this, Spicy. This is the Call of Duty that's bringing you back to Call of Duty.
It is, actually, which is
and
scary.
the battle pass,
terrifying.
The battle pass is just bonus on top of that.
Yeah. Yes, correct.
We've got some free-to-play days. That's right. Free-to-play days are coming up for the Division 2, Age of Wonders, Planetfall, and Stellaris Console Edition. Oh, my goodness. All three of those games are fantastic. The free-to-play days are Thursday, October 17th. They're happening right now, actually. And they run through this Sunday, October 20th. They end at midnight Pacific time. If you've ever been curious about any of those games, Division 2 is probably the biggest out of those three, but Stellaris is my personal favorite out of those three. It is turn-based strategy, grand strategy, 4X strategy, hardcore. It's amazing. So, you've been curious about those games? Jump in. It's free this weekend. There'll also be a discount. The games will be on sale as a result of this free-to-play. Division 2 you can get for $21, the standard edition. That is a fantastic deal. Stellaris you can get for $27, and Age of Wonders Planetfall is on sale for $39.99.
Can I, before you go into the next story, can I show you that skin?
Yeah, is that him right there?
That's him right there. So, and you can change the skin. Like, he's a freaking
That
badass.
is cool. Whoa, that one's cool. I like the silver. We're looking at a ninja. He's like shadow lucent. is a way to describe it. His skin is like lucent. You can see through it almost. But then he has different color ninja wear and his ninja
Yeah, look at his eyes. Do you see his eyes glowing?
Yeah, I like the silver outfit.
That's pretty cool.
Right there. Ooh, baby. Like white and gold. That looks
I just wanted to show you that skin. Yeah.
Division 2. We get new updates. That's right. New updates have dropped for Division 2. There's some new missions that have dropped. There are new specialization. It's the Technician specialization. The Technician is the 5th specialization for endgame players. There's an Artificer Hive that can buff the power of any developed skills, as well as a new sidearm that they carry, an EMP grenade mod, and a new signature weapon, the P-17 multi-missile launcher. There's also a new PvP mode in this update, and it's all free this weekend, so go check it out. Big time changes.
You know it's funny with Jordan not here. You sound like your other show,
Gamer Daily News.
Yeah,
that's the only way I know how to do news, baby.
That's awesome because you're not even asking for.
I know. So see, normally the role is Jordan says the news, and I say, blah 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 blah,
and then I just change the subject,
and then
like for example, chickens. Okay, so me and my wife have chickens, right?
Okay.
My wife loves animals.
Sure.
And she came to me and she was like, the saddest thing happened.
Did you have a chicken that died?
No, a chicken ate a frog. They destroyed it. We had a frog and she watched chickens run up and just tear this frog apart and eat it. And I was thinking to myself,
I think that's kind of cool.
I know, right? I was thinking to myself, chickens are the T-Rex of like the mini world.
They are. They still are.
They're terrifying. If I was that,
they're dinosaurs, are they not? Technically, chickens.
Are chickens dinosaurs?
Yeah, birds are technically.
I guess everything. We could figure out why a cow is a dinosaur too somehow, right?
I don't think so.
Cows aren't. Well, what are they like? Are they like they came from the void somewhere else?
I think so. Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
We just watched a black hole suck a whole game into it. Like.
Oh, that's
had
true.
that happen with cows.
It went through another void. Yeah. Anyways, so my wife was all sad about that, but I sat there and sat back and I'm like, they are the T-Rexes of the mini animal world.
So you know the game, what is the game Goat? Is it Goat?
Goat Simulator?
Goat Simulator.
Yeah.
They should make a chicken simulator where you just run around tearing apart frogs and other miniature animals with your beaks.
But think if you were the frog and you saw this stomp, this terrifying.
Well, but you see
because they have no arms.
You see a group of them.
Their arms are like this, and they're like.
So they just pecked it. Was it like a toad, or how big of a frog was it?
It was just a little frog.
Oh, okay.
But they tore it apart because we have several chickens, right?
Yeah.
And they were just free roaming, and that must have been the best meal.
Did they eat it?
Oh yeah, you can. There was nothing left.
Oh wow. Well, at least they used all the parts.
Yeah, that is one thing you can know that chickens are going to do. They're very frugal and very good with their eating. They eat it all. Good. They don't just hunt for fun.
So if you had a hamster, would they kill a hamster?
It depends on the size. I think anything under a fist.
Like a rabbit?
No, they won't do rabbits. And it's
a rabbit would kick its face off.
We have a couple cats.
Have you ever seen a rabbit defend itself? We had 2 rabbits growing up, and our dogs used to chase them.
I've never seen a bunny have to fight.
Oh yeah, our dogs would chase the 2 pet rabbits that we had growing up, and they run, and then they boom with their back legs, and rabbit feet are like big.
Yeah,
and they've got big claws on those back feet, and the power. Like those dogs, they were not little dogs either. It's not like little Yorkies chasing them. We had a Labrador, and it just boom, like whoa.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, rabbits. They
good for rabbits, Let's do a good shout out for rabbits.
Yeah, they don't mess around.
Anyways, what was I talking about? I was talking about
anything that they eat.
Yeah, what's interesting is like cats. We thought that we'd have an issue with our cats with them.
Yeah,
they're like nature. They're naturally friends. They're naturally allies.
They both kill frogs.
That's probably true. They're both technically carnivorous.
Probably genetically somewhere because cats are really farm animals used for traditionally keeping away rodents, right? So are chickens, right? Chickens are farm animals.
We thought
naturally there's like a genetic breed down, they're genetically friends.
We were thinking like because they're birds, maybe the cats would try to, try something fishy.
Yeah.
But no, they're like they're best buds. It's fascinating.
Yeah. They're genetic friends, I think.
Oh, gene
I think
friends.
Gene friends.
They're gene friends.
I think that's the answer. Our last news story
See,
of the
that's
day.
my role in this show.
Our last news story of the day, Dungeons and Dragons, RPGs, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, guess what? They're now available on Xbox One.
Oh, nice.
I've never played these games.
I played number 2. I played 2.
These are like your top-down RPG. It's like the original Divinity, right? Like this is what
I'm pretty
was
sure
the inspiration for
didn't
Divinity.
the guys who made Divinity, didn't they make Baldur's Gate? No, they're making Baldur's Gate 3, right?
Oh, yes, perhaps.
Yeah, I think they're
so.
making Baldur's Gate 3.
But that's
now.
this was like the spiritual successors to that. All I know is it's considered one of the best true RPGs of all time. Turn-based RPGs of all time. So there you go. They are now available on Xbox One. I don't actually have. Hold on. I do have a price right here. Don't go anywhere, guys. Don't go anywhere. I don't have a price. Whatever. There is no price.
It's free.
It's free. I would imagine it's like $39. I don't
Okay.
imagine. You think that's a full price game? I'd bet you that's not a full price game.
Well,
You know what? We have Google. I'll look it up right now.
Oh, you mean there is an answer to this, and we just didn't do our due diligence?
Well, it just wasn't convenient for me.
Man, where's Jordan?
I know, Jordan.
Jordan, where
I disappoint him.
yeah.
Baldur's Gate.
And so Jordan always brings us back. Have you noticed that?
He does.
He's
I think
like-
he gets annoyed.
You can tell.
Oh, it's $49. It's $49.99, but you get both games. You get both games for $49.99. That's not bad. I actually might try that out. That appeals to me greatly.
Yeah. You should try it.
Did you play any games this week?
I did. I was busy, but I played Overwatch.
Oh.
A lot of.
Hey,
do you know why I've been playing Overwatch?
Why?
I discovered a new exercise regimen.
oh. Where you play Overwatch?
Oh, I play Overwatch while I'm running in place. And I pretend like
Running in
it's
place?
like Dumb and Dumber, you know, where it's like
So when
where he's like running
So
up at a
wait.
ridiculous speed.
So wait, when you're moving your character, that's when you run in place? That is hilarious.
And
Can you record this? You should stream this.
I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but at the same time, I think I'm freaking rad that I do that now.
You should record this. I think this would be hilarious.
Because I have a heart monitor thing, and I get my heart rate up to 150 beats per minute doing this.
That's like a normal run. Yeah, that's like hardcore.
It's my new.
Okay, wait. Do you do well in the game though?
Well,
Do you sacrifice gameplay as a
no.
result?
When
of
I'm
this?
playing, I march because you can't really run in the game. So in between matches, you have about like 2 minutes in between matches. That's when I do my that
calisthenics.
that music video where the girl's on stage and the water and then she's running in place really fast.
Yeah.
It's like an 80s music video. That's what I'm doing.
Oh,
I'm running in place as fast as I can in between matches.
so your gameplay doesn't suck because you're not running during the game. It's
Correct.
in between.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
It's actually freaking awesome. I do that for an hour and a half and I burn 1,000 calories playing Overwatch.
Jordan asks, "Is it the running or the stress from the game that gets your heart rate going?"
It's really embarrassing. I can't believe I shared everyone that. But that's my new exercise regimen. So that's what I've been doing. I do it for an hour and a half every night.
That's not bad. Well done. Good for you.
Yeah.
I-
Run in place while you game.
I got really mad the other day when we were actually all in party chat playing Red Dead Redemption, and I just left.
I remember that.
Yeah.
It's right when I joined.
Right when you joined.
I'm like, hey,
It's
everybody.
because Rockstar.
I'm so pissed. I'm out of here.
Rockstar and their menu system, and normally in Red Dead Redemption, especially Red Dead Online, it loads up and then I'm good. I've never had any of the issues in the server, but this night, whatever night we were playing this last week, I was having nonstop issues like getting kicked out of games, wouldn't let me into games. Then I'd sit in menus, then I couldn't move my camp, and then I'd sit in menus again. I spent about 45 minutes to an hour literally doing nothing, sitting in menus. And by the time you logged on, and I did one more thing. I think we tried to do a legendary bounty, right?
No, I logged on and we were trying to party up when we couldn't.
And we couldn't, and I was like, that's it. I'm out. See you guys. And then I
Imagine
left.
if in that 45 minutes you ran in place.
This is true. I would probably feel better about myself.
Yeah, you
It
didn't
wouldn't
waste
have-
any time.
It wouldn't have been a waste of time.
You would have been like, all right, I don't need to go to the gym today.
Yeah. That was very annoying. I've also been really trying hard to rank up in Madden, Madden 20. And I have taken my game, not to talk, there's a point to this, to the next level. Like, I hit the sub 25%, so top 25% players in ranked online. And once I got below 25%, I have started to play players with next level.
Is that you or me?
That might be you. I'm muted. I have started to play players with next level ability that is blowing my mind. It might have been me. I just made sure I was muted, but it looked like I was muted before.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
I'm pretty unimpressed how unprofessional you are.
Anyways, it's insane. But to get good at games, you really, and I've learned a lot by losing to these really good players, right? Like,
no, losing is good.
yeah. And well, here's the thing. A lot of people, when they lose, you get up by 2 touchdowns, they just quit. No. My suggestion is when you're losing, still, especially on defense, offense not as big of a deal. Offense is a little bit easier in my opinion, but on defense, really try to figure out how to stop them. I was playing this one guy who on offense was just crushing it. I couldn't stop him. He was audibling everything, and normally I can stop 90% of people out there, right? I kept playing. Third and fourth quarter, I mean, I was losing. It was like 21-7, right, which is pretty big in Madden. In the third and fourth quarter, I don't think he scored. I stopped him both times because I had figured it out. And after that, nobody's crushed me since because I figured out I was playing a linebacker, which is traditionally what most people do. I switched to a safety, which is what advanced people do.
That's pretty awesome.
That's right. Basically.
Oh, I did not mean to press that.
Oh, that brings us to the last portion of our show. This is the portion of the show where we take your questions.
Let's do it.
To submit a question. You can do so every single week over on Patreon, patreon.com/positive gaming or XoneBros.com/support. Our first question comes in from Clinton Lloyd. Clinton Lloyd says, "Hey, Bronaldinos." That is hilarious. Bronaldinhos. He says, "I love Game Pass just like everyone else. It's a great value and allows us to try games we may otherwise have skipped. But it does burn when you've only just bought a game at near full price and it pops up on game price a few days later." He says, "This happened with me for World War Z this week. I find myself second-guessing my purchase decisions for full-price games now. The struggle is real. How do you guys weigh up the buy now or Game Pass later choice? Keep up the great work. You are legends." Thank you very much, Clinton. You've had this happen to you.
I mean, this is what I call life. This is basically my lifestyle. And it's Jordan's too. Jordan would give you a ton of examples. I can give you an example outside of gaming where this happened. This was years ago. I was wanting a new iMac at the time.
Okay.
And I've been waiting, and I've been waiting, and I've been waiting. And then I was like, okay, fine, I'll just pull the trigger. A week after I bought it, they come out with a new one. So that just ruined the value of my iMac, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the nature of just how the world works. You pull the trigger on stuff you buy. There's a chance that it's going to go on sale, or in this case,
go for free.
This has happened with countless games with Game Pass.
So how do you weigh the decision now? Are you a little bit more careful, or do you just say, live and let live? Well, I've got to take that chance no matter what. I don't even consider it, or because there are games that seem like I feel like a lesser known game, there's a greater chance it's going to be on Game Pass than, say, a Call of Duty, right? Like a Call of Duty is a pull the trigger, I'm buying that. A Battlefield, let's pull the trigger, I'm buying that. That's probably not coming to Game Pass.
How I do it is, if I want to play that game now, I will buy it now and play it. I mean, what else more can you overthink that? Like I want to play that game now. So I buy it now. I play it now. A week later, it's on Game Pass. Yeah, that sucks, but I wouldn't have been able to play it last week.
Has it made you more trigger shy?
No. Well, see, here's the deal. I have Jordan with me.
This is true.
And we knew, for example, it was that zombie game that came out.
Resident Evil?
No. I have.
Oh, State of Decay.
State of Decay. Everybody, when you get old, your memory sucks. Sorry, it's just the cards you're dealt. State of Decay, when the State of Decay 2 came out, we knew it was coming out on Game Pass. We knew it was.
Yeah.
But Jordan will go, hey
there.
Do you want to waste some money with me?
Hey.
And I go,
we can have a good time.
Yes!
Yeah. With games.
So we bought it 5 days before it was released.
Because you could get early access. Here's the thing. If a game is coming, especially in an Xbox, since all of their games, all their first-party titles are on Game Pass, the incentive is like early access. Maybe you get it 2 weeks early. Maybe you get it 10 days early. I feel like 2 weeks is probably 2 weeks or 10 days is the golden. Anything less than that is not really worth it. You know what I mean?
Unless you're Jordan.
Unless you're Jordan, and then who cares? But Jordan's like the guy that's like, hey, let's go to the strip club. You're like, well, it's like a huge waste of money. Like,
But you'll see
He's
some
like,
awesome.
but you're gonna have a good time. Like, yeah, but I could get that at home for free. Like, no, come and buy it with me,
Oh
right?
my
like,
gosh, that's not a very. That's a kind of a.
I had a better analogy going. I don't know where I was.
Yeah,
going with
but you
that.
want
This is where I need Jordan.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, I would say just pull the. I would say that's a good thing, Clinton.
If you want to play it now, play it now.
If you can't wait, then just buy it. And if you can, then don't. For me, I'd say, and someone in chat summarized it really well. Call of Duty is a buy.
You know that's not going to Game
Yeah.
Pass. Yeah.
City Skylines, perhaps I wait to see if it comes on Game Pass, which it is currently.
Yeah, but that game's really good.
The game is really good.
And we bought that when it wasn't on Game Pass, and I'm glad that I did because I played it a lot.
That game is really good. But I think can I wait to play that, or do I need to experience that now? For instance, Red Dead Redemption, if I knew it was coming to Game Pass 3 months later, I still would have purchased Red Dead Redemption because I'm not waiting that 3 months, right? Or even a month. I'm still purchasing it because I can't wait. That's a great question, Clinton Lloyd. Something that we all deal with. Samsonite writes in and says, with the release of xCloud Beta Preview, that's right, that was this week. I can't sign up for it because I have the iOS,
Yeah.
the Android. Jordan and yourself.
I signed up for it. I haven't gotten notified
Emails
yet.
have been being sent out all week.
I haven't been notified yet.
I'm so
but I
excited.
signed up.
Real world trials. I know there were some people in this morning's stream that were going to try it out today on their lunch. So that's exciting. The future is now. The future has begun. Samsonite writes in, though, and says, with the release of the xCloud Beta Preview, some of us can now enjoy some mobile Xbox. Well, he says kind of. What do you guys think of the idea of Nintendo and Xbox coming to some sort of agreement to allow xCloud on the Switch? With that, an announcement they made earlier in the year about Nintendo using Microsoft servers, do you think xCloud could have been part of that agreement? Would Nintendo ever allow that? Or would they think that might pull from their own market? That is a great question. I don't know. I don't see that happening because I think Nintendo's crushing it in sales, number one. And number two, they've got the strongest first-party library of all time.
Yeah, arguably, but yes, I agree.
Yeah,
That's a good argument to be.
Yeah. So I don't know. But however, there are like achievements coming. Like Xbox Live is coming to Nintendo Switch, but but in what form we don't really know. We know like in Cuphead it was inside the menu system, so it's not like Xbox Live as we know it. It's achievements just inside the game that then connect to your Xbox Live account. So I don't know. What do you think, Spicy?
So the question is, with xCloud, is it possible to bring xCloud to the Switch? Is that
To the Switch,
question?
yeah. And would Nintendo ever do that? Because I think Xbox would say, yeah, let's do it. But
Xbox probably would.
Yeah.
But I don't think Nintendo, because they're mobile by its own that's their product. The Switch is, for example, they are a portable console that you can take anywhere. I don't see that being a thing that they want to share. That's what they are with the Switch.
I think maybe if they were hurting in sales, right? If they weren't doing well, maybe they do something like that. But they're crushing it. Like they're outselling everybody.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Well, and that's what xCloud's going to be. It's going to be an Xbox. You can play just like the Switch anywhere.
Yeah, on your phone, on your iPad.
Internet.
Yeah. Amen. Very cool, though. Great question. It's very exciting times to be alive. Very exciting times. Samsonite, thank you very much for writing in. Josh Grotberg writes in, and he says, hey, guys, with this awesome event that Fortnite just put out, he says, this is coming from a guy that doesn't play Fortnite. I think that what they've done is phenomenal. Do you think other Battle Royale games like Apex really have to step it up now and do the same thing, or maybe come up with their own way of making live events popular? I would love that in Apex personally, just because I'm jealous. He says he thinks the way they set up the live event was phenomenal. We went over at the beginning of the show. Absolutely it was. But do other Battle Royales need to do something like that? I don't know.
So here's
I don't
the
know if
deal.
other battle royales can do something
That's
like
what
that.
I was going to say. And they kind of do. I mean, the last Apex hero that they released, they built up to that.
Yeah.
And they released, you could go to that room and see him
Yeah.
in there, and then he ran away and stuff like that. That probably would never have happened if it wasn't for a game like Fortnite.
Yeah.
That does stuff like that all the time. The problem is Fortnite makes so much money, they have no idea what to do with it. And so this is a creative release to promote their game even further.
Yeah, like I don't know if Apex
Has the manpower or the money to do it.
I don't know if Apex could take its game offline and have 4 million people watching it and take down Twitch servers, because that's what you need in order for you to take your game offline.
Well, I mean,
Fortnite can do that. I think the only other game that could probably do anything remotely close to that, and it's not even in the Battle Royale genre, is either a World of Warcraft type of situation.
it happens every Tuesday. They take their game offline for several hours every Tuesday.
Oh yeah. But
And that's
for their updates.
Overwatch.
Yeah.
Overwatch too. Blizzard does. I mean, this
No,
isn't
but I mean
new.
like to hype it up, right? Like to just completely
No,
change
I
it,
don't
the
think.
presentation.
I think
the way
it
they did
doubled as a hype, but I really think that they were working on their servers.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Overwatch used to I think for the first 6 seasons, when in between seasons, it was 2 weeks in between you could play the game competitively. So that game for a lot of people like myself had 2 weeks of not playing that game.
Interesting.
So it's not necessarily a new thing. It's just Fortnite. What they did with it is they made it part of the game itself. They made it so the menu system you couldn't even access, and when you launched it, it took you right into a cutscene in a game.
Yeah.
Like how they did that was a very creative way to do that. I think it was honestly one of the most artistic ways to launch a DLC or expansion. I don't know what you want to call it. Another season of any game I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
They have.
And in order to do that, I think you just have to be the most popular game, like steadily, right? Maybe. Do you think a Rockstar could ever do something like that?
I would say Rockstar needs to do something like
Yeah.
that because their server sucks
Yeah.
hard. They got to figure that. I mean, great game, one of my favorites of all time. Their network team isn't exactly
Winning awards.
yeah. They have a tough time with that. But no, I think once again Fortnite changed the game. Fortnite is changing the game a lot.
Yeah, Jordan the Man says definitely server upgrades were happening for Chapter 2, and I'm sure it's a whole new client as well.
Correct, yeah.
So there you go. Great question, though, Josh Grotberg. I think so. Our answer to summarize is I don't know if any other game could do that.
No, my answer is they do that all. They've been doing it for years.
No, but do it exactly like how Fortnite has done it.
Oh, okay.
Like, his question is, do other games need to do something like this to step it up?
Well, okay.
And I don't know if they can.
Well, I think they can, just at a lot lower level, like the Apex example that I
Yeah,
had.
true. I mean, Apex Halloween event is here, and it's fantastic. It's basically a single-player mode. When you die, you become a fallen, a shadow warrior, and you go and hunt people down. So cool. You just have to be the last 10 to survive. You exit the game. Once you get to the last 10, you got to work together to get to a jump ship. Very Titanfall-esque. Very cool, though.
Yeah.
The Apex is doing cool stuff as well. So is PUBG, actually. They're all doing cool stuff. What a great time to be a gamer.
Yeah.
Black Knight writes in. Great question. Thank you very much, Josh Grotberg. Black Knight writes in and says, BioWare says they're not done making Mass Effect's game. He says, which I'm happy about. How do you guys feel about it? And would you love to see a Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 remake for Project Scarlet when the new Xbox comes out? McSpicy, this is all you. Mass Effect, you happy they're not done making any more games from or BioWare?
The universe is awesome. The lore of that game, super cool. I've mentioned this on lots of times on the show. I like lore that has an ancient race that changed civilization as we would have known it. Well, subjective. That's some weird English I'm using. But like the Xel'Naga in StarCraft, the Forsaken, or wasn't that the Forsaken in Halo, right? So like just this ancient. Was it the Forsaken? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Just the
I think the
ancient
Forsaken's Destiny.
or Destiny. That's what's the one in Halo?
The Flood?
No, it's not the Flood. It's the people that killed the Flood in the Halo lore.
Yeah.
Jordan, tell me who it is right now.
The Forerunners.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, my brain sucks balls. So I love that idea of an ancient race. Mass Effect has that ancient race. David, if you're not aware, the reason we're able to travel to stars is because of the ancient race in
Transformers.
Mass Effect.
Oh, okay, sorry. Go ahead.
This has nothing to do with Optimus Prime.
So we got cell phone technology.
That's where we got microwaves. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so I love that story. The lore is awesome. Mass Effect 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. I think you could probably remake Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 3. Yeah, I'd like to see that, but I would love to see a Mass Effect 2. I want a Mass Effect 2 like they did Halo 2 remade.
Yeah.
With like blur cutscenes and everything. Oh, that'd be so sexy.
Sex appeal.
Oh, baby. But the majority of why I would like to see those games is there's a lot of gamers and new gamers that have never played the Mass Effect series that I think they would enjoy the storyline and they would enjoy how the game is played. BioWare is BioWare because of that game.
Yeah.
And it would give a chance for other people to buy it and play it and enjoy it.
I would play it. So here's the thing. I feel like they're a little bit old and dated, so I don't know if I would enjoy it with the same appreciation that you enjoyed it with. You know what I mean? Because when you enjoyed it, that was the cutting edge graphics.
It's still not bad. I mean, the first one's dated. But the second one and up.
Well, I mean, on the
not the
360,
worst.
that's not so bad, yeah.
It's not so bad. Just how the game is played, though. It's a BioWare game, and you are able to basically, interact with characters in a very different way than you're used to from other games. And how they lay out the next missions and the next maps and how you play the game is very, very BioWare-y. And it's not like Andromeda at all. It's very different.
Yeah. Well, I know that was the complaint because I played Andromeda, not all of it, but I played a good 5-6 hours of it, and the big complaint by Mass Effectors was this doesn't feel like Mass Effect.
Yeah. Well, because
you enjoyed it though.
Because I love glitches, and there's so many glitches in that game. It made me happy. But Mass Effect, especially 2, the others are good, but especially 2, I would love to have other people enjoy that game as much as I did. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah.
Anytime you can do a remake like that, for instance, what they're doing with Final Fantasy, I might go back and play Final Fantasy now for someone who have missed it. Right? I think every couple decades, every decade.
Well, Final Fantasy VII's an interesting case. Don't mean to interrupt you.
Sure,
but how they're doing it is it's the same storyline,
but
with a
they're
different
even changing
game.
the game mechanics. Yeah,
yeah. So that one I think is kind of a unique case. They're not doing
that one. I think the Master Chief Collection is probably the most thorough remake of a series, a complete series.
Halo 2. I would love to see the Halo 2 go to, blur cutscenes, and then they add a whole bunch of skins.
Well, and what I really like is, and Halo did this really well with the Master Chief Collection, but I want to see this in other games where the graphics are updated and there's this remastered edition, right? I want to be able to select the back button and see what it looked like originally, because you don't appreciate it unless you do that. And you could do that in Halo 1, and even in Halo 1 you're like, this doesn't look great, but then you hit that back button and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, it looked really bad.
Like, whoa, look how much better this looks.
That was an OG Xbox.
But it's also like a blast to the past when you're able to do that too, and really see what it was like, how far we've come in gaming. So there you go. Great question, Black Knight. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Joseph Foley writes in, aka Devout Cannon. He says 2 big releases next Friday, including Call of Duty, which is bringing Call of Duty, and isn't Outer Worlds? Is that the other big release? I think so. No, I don't know. Is Outer Worlds next week?
Jordan, where are you? Help us.
We need Jordan. Anyways, I'm really excited for Outer Worlds, by the way. Here's the thing. So after I was pissed off at Red Dead Redemption Online, I went back and played it single player. I started I deleted my save. I didn't delete my save.
You deleted
No. No, I deleted my auto saves. I made a separate save for myself.
Okay.
So I still have that there. John, don't worry. And then I started a new save file. And can I say, I think waiting on a game, especially a single player game, until after everybody's gone through it, and there's no pressure to go through to keep up to understand the story. We're a little bit different of a situation because we talk about games on a weekly basis, so we're kind of up against a time wall that way. But this time going through, I'm just through chapter 1 again in Red Dead Redemption, and I am experiencing this game like I'm experiencing it for the first time. I am enjoying it so much more because I'm not rushing. I'm doing all of the side quests. I'm making sure I do all the side quests. I'm really listening to the dialogue and really paying attention to like little things, like little references, little stories, off stories, stuff like that. It's really good. I'm enjoying this. I highly recommend if you rushed through a game. For instance, I would recommend to Jordan, because I know, and if Jordan was here,
To grow a pair.
number one. But number two, because he powered through The Witcher. And that's just Jordan's play style. But I would recommend to him to go back and play it again because you will appreciate it. And this was just my experience with Red Dead Redemption. And I was blown away because I thought maybe I'd be bored. Like, I already know the story. No, I'm enjoying it way more. It's like when you're rushing, when you're really hungry, so you rush to eat a good steak. And then when you really enjoy and savor the steak.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm experiencing right now with Red Dead Redemption single-player story. Also, can I say, I think single-player games are the way I relax. Multiplayer games bring a level of stress. Even like something like Red Dead Redemption, we're just messing around. There's a level of stress there that does not exist in a single-player game for me.
Doom.
Okay, that's a little bit different. When minions of hell are coming after you
And
at
waves,
60 frames a second.
Waves and waves and waves.
That's a little bit more. Okay, fair enough. But you move that online and it's even more stressful.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I really enjoyed myself.
I just think Red Dead single player is very relaxing.
It is.
I think that's
But I'm really looking forward to getting into The Witcher. Dude, I'm into this part in The Witcher series books. Stuff is happening. First of all, Geralt is a whore in the books. He sleeps with everybody.
Well, you do in the game too.
Well, I've not played the game that far.
You can do it in the first cutscene. Have you not seen the first cutscene?
Yeah. But that's just like
That's just foreplay.
They're taking a bath together. That's no big deal.
NBD.
NBD.
They're
in a relationship.
Well, and then that sorceress that you find, the bunny sorceress, you find her in the first hour, I feel like.
All I know is going through the books.
You're remembering it incorrectly.
All I know is going through the books, it's like, wow, Geralt is a player.
See, I would not call him a whore. I would call him a player. But see, because of the things that they've done to his body, he can be. He gets no diseases.
Well,
and he's sterile.
Well, here's the thing. I think so. For instance,
win-win.
So, for instance, like one of the girls heard about, oh, there's a Witcher here. So they're like celebrities, and they're mutants, and so it's like it's a little bit of kink. Like she's like a groupie. She's a Witcher groupie. Mm-hmm. That's the part in the book. Anyways, the books are really good, guys. If you have not read the Witcher series, I'm reading them right now. They're fantastic. Sorry, let's get back to the question from Devout Cannon.
We never finished his question?
We never really started it. I got sidetracked.
Oh. Well, then read
Devout Cannon. 2 big releases next Friday, including Call of Duty, which is bringing back a lot of memories from past titles, which begs the question, what was your favorite game release memory of all time? Did you take off from work or did school, stand in line at GameSpot for the midnight release, and then pulled an all-nighter, maybe a sleepover, or even a LAN party? What anticipated game release of the past is the most memorable in your gaming life? McSpicy. Most memorable game release in your gaming life.
This is a tough question because I've had a lot of good, fun midnight releases. Ooh. I'm gonna say the Nintendo 64 because I had been so excited for years. I felt like it was years because I remember seeing in that Nintendo Power magazine the first picture. You open that up and it looked like a Jaguar.
That was one of the biggest jumps in graphics.
And it had the curves, around the corners. And because before we just had the Genesis and we had the Super Nintendo and it was very blocky. But you saw that the first reveal picture, I believe it was in the Nintendo Power magazine that I saw it. And I was like, I don't know what that is. I knew what it was, but I got so excited for it. And what blew my mind was I was getting way, way, way excited for it, and everybody released it 3 days early because like Fred Meyer at the time was like, who cares, sell it, and then all the other stores sold it because of that. And I believe there were a lot of things put in place because of
that. Was one. So I remember, didn't that release? That released in like October-ish, right? No, maybe
it had
maybe
a Japanese
November.
release, and then it had a
But I remember because I didn't get that until Christmas, and it couldn't be, and I was worried that I wasn't going to get one because it couldn't be found anywhere.
So I couldn't get one. I had to save up for it, but I was with friends that could get it. Right?
Oh,
and that was a fun experience. I would also say Halo 2 was a really big deal. Halo 2 changed online gaming forever. It really did. Halo 2, like the Xbox Live as we know it, is partly because of Halo 2.
My funnest release, just most memorable, I guess, was actually for the Xbox One console. I'd never been for a console release before. We stood in line.
The cold.
It was cold. It was November.
November in Utah.
You're in there in like 5 layers of clothing, but it was just really fun. You reach a point after midnight where you're just exhausted and you get a little bit angry, but then you get your box and you all go home and you come over to my house.
By the time we're home, it's 2 a.m. Didn't we get home at 1:30 or 2 a.m.?
Yeah, and we fire it up and you're just experiencing it for the first time. Everything's just so exciting. That new hardware is the most exciting.
I love it when you talk dirty.
That's the most exciting, right? Like,
hardware.
What does this bad boy do? Look at this menu system. Oh, I like this.
I think we played Forza.
We did Forza.
We did Rise, right?
Oh, Rise, Son of Rome.
But I believe,
what we did. And then I think we had Battlefield 4 and it didn't work because the online was all messed up, like matchmaking. That was a terrible launch release for Battlefield 4. But Rise, Son of Rome was the game.
Nelly brings up when you almost started a riot that day.
Yeah. Well, that was because it was past midnight and we were tired. But
okay,
got it.
Yeah. Well, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
Hardware. I think hardware is the best.
It's the best.
Hardware's
the best. Everybody. Hardware's the best.
There we go.
I love hardware.
For those of you that are listening, like the power just went slowly out, so you got to miss all of that. The internet power. I think we're being attacked.
We're being attacked by bad data from Google. Google is sending bad data. Bad data.
Our last question.
This is nice recording on this instead of anything else.
Oh yeah, because that would have screwed us.
Yeah.
We've learned from our mistakes. We now record the podcast on a separate. Speaking of hardware, a separate piece of hardware that is battery operated.
When you talk dirty.
Boom.
Oh,
Hey bros, this is Kevin Gellerman. Our last question. He says there's a new Wendy's D&D board game, which I actually looked up before the show. He wants to know if we've heard of it. It's called Feast of Legends.
Wait, you get it at Wendy's?
Wendy's created. It's 90-page like D&D guide, but it's called Feast of Legends. And I was watching reviews of it. I was watching people play it on YouTube. It looks legit. Like, I don't know why they created it for. Just wanted a creative outlet, I guess. And I don't know, but seems super cool. Anyway,
how do I get it? Do I have to order a number 6?
I don't know.
Extra mayonnaise, no tomato?
It's a PDF that you download online.
Lemonade light on the ice?
Yeah, it's a PDF that you download online. Kevin Gellerman's question, though, is what is your favorite board game or tabletop game when you're taking a break from console gaming? Keep up the great job, he says. Favorite board game when you're... You know what game I had a lot of fun with that we haven't played in a while? The Star Wars fighter game.
The tabletop game, yeah. I have
game.
it up there. It's X-Wing. That's my shelf of the Star Wars game that we never play anymore.
Yeah, that one's really fun. We should play that again. We should stream playing that actually.
That would be a lot of fun.
That would be really fun. Just like it'd be like a 10-hour stream, but it'd be a blast.
Yeah. Tabletop games are way fun.
They really are. I like card. I mean, I remember being really into card games. I think Magic was a ton of fun. I'll tell you what, if Hearthstone, I'll say it again. Give me physical packs.
It's impossible. At this point, it's impossible.
Now with like stuff that they've added. And
yeah, well, because of the Discover mechanic, which I would argue is what makes that game better than any other card game ever. Because when you play a card and it says Discover a 5 health, 5 attack minion, for example, or anything, discover a legendary minion, you can't go through all 300 legendaries.
Yeah.
That's just impossible.
Yeah. You'd have to take that out.
No, but that's what makes that game fun. The discovery.
I
mechanic's awesome.
enjoy my favorite board game, like board game of all time, is Axis and Allies. 1v1. It doesn't work with like, teams of 2. No, that's stupid. 1v1. Axis and Allies is fabulous. I love that game. Closely in second place is Monopoly, but you double up the boards. I'm a big fan of, because Monopoly by itself is flawed just on the single board because it makes it more chance, less about dealing, and I love the wheeling and dealing. So what I do is I put the goes together and you make a figure 8.
So you get 2 Monopoly boards.
So you get 2 Monopoly boards,
put 'em
and
together.
it just doubles up the wheeling and dealing. I like games where you get to negotiate and make trades and agreements. Any game like that. And I also like war strategy games. So Axis. That's why Axis and Allies. Axis and
good
Allies is so good.
I like Settlers of Catan because
That is good. That is
it's
good.
like war with economics.
It is. Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
Settlers of Catan is very fun. And with the expansions, I think those games, like when you start to get into the expansions, that's when
That's when shiz happens.
Yeah.
The pirate expansion. Yeah. Have you played that one?
No,
Pirates come and steal your stuff, and yeah,
it's good though.
yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
So what's your board game of choice?
Board game of choice.
Settlers of Catan, you said, but
I am a huge fan of Stratego.
Stratego's good.
I love Stratego.
It's like Minesweeper / chess.
Yeah,
Like it's
against
board game
against a real
Minesweeper.
person. I
Yeah.
love Stratego.
Stratego's fun. Stratego's really fun. That's a
And
good one.
I'll be honest, I'm a huge fan of chess as well.
Chess is a lot of fun.
Strategy games.
Chess became less fun for me as I grew older because you start to realize that the higher levels you get, it's just knowing moves and counter moves. Like it's not as creative as when you're starting out in chess. You think like, oh, that's super creative. No, it's literally learned moves and counter moves that higher level players all know. So that became less fun for me, but I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame.
Yeah. You don't that doesn't bother you?
No, well, no, it's fine. I don't care because there's still strategic level at any level of chess.
Yeah.
At any level of chess, you can have a hard time winning.
No, it's true. It's true. But the more, I guess the lower levels, it's a lot more creative.
Well, everything
upper
everything has
levels.
like the Turkish brownie or
Yeah.
something. Like,
Yeah, right. Like
he just pulled off the.
He just pulled off a black rook 4. Like, oh, there's only 2 moves that counter that, and I know both of them.
The Swedish hobgoblin.
He's 5 moves away from checkmate, unless he pulls off this
Which
move.
is, what's funny is you could probably take any Urban Dictionary phrase, and it's
Just turn it
probably
into
a chess move.
That is true. That is hilarious.
Oh man, there's a lot of potential there that we cannot go down because we are a family-friendly show. So yeah.
Killer Bunnies. Barbara Blake says in chat is his. Candyland was my jam, says Super Shocker. War games
Candyland
are the best, says Barbara Blake.
I haven't played
Clue.
that forever.
Clue. When
I
I was
love
when I was a
Clue.
kid, Clue was like my favorite game. I'd play it over and over and over again. So good. Excuse me.
I lost to a 2-move Clue game.
2-move Clue game?
They went in one room and guessed it.
Guessed everything right away?
Yep.
There was no cheating?
No cheating.
Wow.
What is that? Like a 1 in 1 million chance?
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. They guessed it.
They guessed all 3.
And I was
all
like,
3.
I can't prove you wrong. We all can't prove you wrong. I just won.
Whoa.
All right, let's go play Xbox.
Well, that ruins the game for you, right? Like, there goes that game.
I don't think there's any record. Yeah, that's like a 2, and it was just 2 moves. They went into a room and just guessed. You know how you just play Clue. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Hey, guys.
Good games.
Thank you very much for joining us this week. That does us. Great question, Kevin Gellerman, by the way. That does us for this week. Next week, our voices are back.
Hopefully.
Jordan's back. And so is Jim the Stuff Guy. So
Yeah.
we look forward to it. Thank you very much for joining us this week. Have a great week. If you've not had a chance to game, play some games, baby. Enjoy yourself. I highly recommend. If you're looking to de-stress, single-player games. If you're looking to get your heart rate up,
Witcher.
Overwatch with some running
in place on Overwatch. I love
in
it.
between.
I absolutely love it. I'm getting more exercise than I've ever gotten in my
Guys,
life.
if you haven't yet, head over to iTunes, rate, review, and subscribe to us there. We hit 400 reviews this week. Woo!
Thanks, everybody.